Welcome to the Weekly Leaders Digest. This is your place for quick insights to elevate your leadership. I'm Dana Williams, and I help corporate leaders from within because authentic leadership isn't just a buzzword, it's your competitive advantage. This month focuses on communication and specifically how to navigate difficult conversation with authentic courage. I want to let you know a little secret. I have been working on a book called The Internal Revolution, Lead Authentically and Build Your Personal Brand from Within. And it's coming out soon with frameworks just like we're going to be talking about today. So here's what I want you to think about. The conversation you've been avoiding that's costing you more than you think. I hear it daily. People are afraid to say truth to someone. And this is exactly what happened to Rebecca last week. She told me, I just keep hoping it will fix itself. That's what she said about, Rebecca told me about a team member whose attitude was affecting everyone's morale. You know that person in your office. You know that person that is just driving everybody crazy, but everybody's walking around that person like eggshells. Rebecca had been avoiding the conversation for 3 months. And this is what she told me. I don't want to damage our relationship, she explained. What's really going on there, and I've been there, is really people pleasing. Just afraid to really say the truth. But what we talked about is by trying to protect one relationship, Rebecca was damaging several others, including her credibility as a leader. We know from research that 67% of senior leaders avoid difficult conversations. And unresolved workplace conflicts cost organizations billions of dollars annually. People are they're afraid to say. You've always heard about the meeting after the meeting or the conversation after the meeting. This is what's happening, and it's costing time and money. So what's the solution? Authentic conversations create breakthrough thinking, and really challenge yourself to have a breakthrough conversation, because the conversation you're avoiding is probably the one that will define your leadership legacy. And emotional recognition helps you work with, rather than against, natural responses to conflicts. Here's an approach that I worked with Rebecca, and I want to share with you. So the first thing we did was just internal preparation. Really, before meeting with someone to have a conversation like this, you've got to prepare for it. So just really thinking about the intention and using the emotional recognition. So Rebecca worked on, what do I need to realize in myself will happen if I don't have this conversation? And then step 2 was emotional safety creation. She really wanted to create a safe, psychological safe environment. And so she came up with a great sentence. I value your contributions, and I'm going to have a conversation that helps us both succeed. So she brought herself within it authentically. And then step 3, observation versus interpretation. So instead of saying, you do this, you do that, she's saying, I've observed, I've noticed changes in how you're engaging. So she really wrote down each of these steps and wrote down what she was going to say as she prepared. And then step 4, she decided she was going to have a dialogue versus a debate. She wanted to have questions ready that could help her understand, rather than making her direct report feel like something they were wrong. So while the conversation wasn't comfortable, it was productive. Within weeks, both the leader, Rebecca, and her direct report both had team dynamics that improved, not only for the whole team, but for each other. And those improved dramatically. So here's some action items for you to think about this week. Do a conversation inventory. Identify one important conversation you've been postponing. There's probably one out there. I know I have challenged myself. Who have I not had a good conversation with lately? Who have I been avoiding? Who do I really need to have a good conversation with? And think about that. And then go set up that conversation. And then second, practice emotional recognition before the conversation. Notice your emotions and how they might affect your approach. And then third, apply the 4-step approach. We just went over creating emotional safety first. So it's the internal preparation, it's the emotional recognition, it's the emotional safety creation, and then it's observation versus interpretation, dialogue versus debate. So think about those before you have that next conversation. And just remember, authentic conversations create breakthrough thinking. So if you want to develop your difficult conversation skills, take our free Authentic Imprint assessment and see where you are as a leader. You can find that at danawilliamsco.com, and you'll be able to discover your natural communication approach. Until next week, remember, you're not just articulate, you can be courageous. So here's to a courageous week. I can't wait to hear how it went.